Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bills and the Panthers, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Buffalo Bills taking on the champions from the NFC, the Carolina Panthers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Distractions. It's time to get this one started as here we go. Super Bowl 61 is underway. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And a look here now at their fourth-year quarterback.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. He can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Off the option, here's Henry. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he'll just get rid of it. The Bills send the punter out. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. So here now are the Panthers for their first drive of the game. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we are looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle, Ingram. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. On 2nd down, Ingram. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
1st and 10. Bonds. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Back to throw. Bonds. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. And Oliver drops him for a loss of 10. And it's going to be 4th and long.
It always hard for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They begin with Henry. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll run it again with Henry. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. With a heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Throwing to start the drive. Bonds. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
2nd and 4.
Looking to throw. Bonds.
That's caught by Gabriel Davis.
first down. Bonds. Blitz coming, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. To throw on third down. Bonds.
Man open. That's Jamar Chase complete.
And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 34-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 34. They give to Ingram up the middle. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. First down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now second and inches. Back to throw. Bonds. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. From 8 yards out.
And the Panthers are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
And on the grandest of stages, with the whole world watching the Super Bowl, they come out and get the first points.
I don't know how you feel about Brandon, but for me, watching the beginning of the Super Bowl, I've often wondered how come it's not just a fumble fest? How come the ball's not all over the place? The nerves, the interim in between of the 2 weeks waiting for the game. But this team came out and handled it just like it was a regular season walk in the park. Terrific start.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
And here come the Bills. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up first and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete.
Finding room at midfield.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
A lot still to go here in Super Bowl 61. We have reached the end of one quarter of play. We'll be back in just a moment.
7-0 is our score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And we are back, Super Bowl 61. Thanks for joining us, everybody, nationwide and around the globe as both teams get set to begin the second quarter. This to the sideline and over everybody, incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 41. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Bonds. Looking left sideline. It's complete. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 59 yards. And the Panthers continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. They'll drop to throw. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. 2nd and 6. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick six here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have the nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And it is now 21-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bills ready to take over. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, This too shall pass. This too shall pass. And finally, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Back to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Bonds. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Bonds. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here's the Panthers punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. The Bills getting set to go. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot. Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He gets it underneath to Hall. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it. But it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop it before he could get to the marker.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Bonds. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll give him 8 that time. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Bonds. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Greer. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
Off play action. Bonds. And this one is incomplete. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Bonds. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Flushed out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the 1st down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
And this one taken in on the right sideline behind the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And onto the field, here come the Panthers.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
49 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
The throw over the middle taken in. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw. Bonds. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
Boy, a
big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. The defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Point after, right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Open man is Chase, complete.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Back to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
They'll look to throw again. To the sideline, and it's caught. Now, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So that challenge, a successful one. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Toward the sideline, he will have the 1st down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. And that gain of 9 brings them a new 7 downs.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down in bounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's got it for a Panther touchdown.
Jamar Chase
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Panthers are feeling good as they extend their lead in the Super Bowl.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
And just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards.
And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. They'll throw now on the final play. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight. As we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Buffalo in that first half. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And he returns this to the 22.
And the Panthers ready to go back to work to start the third quarter.
And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, couldn't hold on, so plenty can still happen.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. To throw on third down, Bonds.
Will find Gabriel Davis.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Bonds.
On the check down, it's Ingram.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Looking to throw on second down. Bonds. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. Looking to throw. Bonds.
Got a man open. It's Chase.
And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. Fourth down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Trying to lay one up deep. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he comes back with one complete.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry.
And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's Carson. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
They'll run with Hall.
They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Bonds. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Coming left, it's Ingram. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Ingram again, a 1st down carry. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Bonds. And that is incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Looking to throw. Bonds. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
The Panthers now set to take over offensively. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10.
Now a handoff to Ingram.
And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, Bonds.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Throwing on 1st down, Bonds.
He'll air this one out deep for Davis.
And incomplete on the deep ball. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Bonds. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. From the gun on 3rd down, Bonds. And one more time, that's Watkins. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 34-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Here's Ingram. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
That'll do it for the 3rd quarter of Super Bowl 61. The culmination of the season and the crowning of a champion after the 4th quarter, which is coming up next.
We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Ingram.
Has some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 68 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. To throw on 3rd down, Bonds. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
So on 4th down, Matt Rule brings out the field goal unit. And this one, a 41-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And now out come the Bills. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive 1st and 10. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This pass out wide to Hall. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Back to throw here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Second and 2. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. They set up the screen for Henry. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. They'll look to throw. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. He's got a man, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Justin Matabike showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. On 3rd down, Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Panthers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The possession of the football goes over to Carolina, and they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. On second down, Ingram. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And
for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. On the move past the 40, and the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And a short gain down to about the 33. That's it. It's all over. And the Carolina Panthers are your Super Bowl champions. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.